Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Allow yourself to feel the silence. When you are silent, you are in your being. You are present. You are now. You are beyond time. You are like space, omnipresent, presence, now. Just like space is omnipresent, there is no place where space is not. This part of our being is omnipresent, like space. It's undivided whole. It is changeless. There is nothing that can be taken out of you to make you less. There is nothing that can be added to you to make you more, because you are whole. We know nothing about that part. We suspect. You have heard about it. But yoga says you can go there. And it does not take any time. It does not take any doing on your part to get there, because it is all here now. Understand what I just said. As human beings, we know nothing about that part of us. But we are born with a potential to be that. But for that potential to actualize, you have to first know who you are not. So, as humans, we are born identified with time-bound ego mind. That means we are subjective perceiver of the timeless presence that I am now. We are born separated, time-bound ego mind that I am not, separated from timeless being that I am now. Yoga means union, separation to unification. We call it spiritual practice. Jai Babuji. So the question is, why do we even seek union? Why do we want to practice yoga? Only if we have found the time-bound ego mind that I identify with is a lot of nuisance in my life. Only if you see that, then you want to practice. You want to look into what's wrong with me. I do everything to be happy. And when I try to be happy by getting married again, finding a better job, going on a vacation, doing many different things to achieve more name, fame, more famous, everything I do for happiness makes me unhappy. I have yet to find somebody who is doing things for happiness is just happy all along the way. Impossible. Why it is happening so? So the question is, who is trying to be happy? Who you are not. The ego mind is trying to be happy. That's why ego mind is always doing just thing, how to make myself more comfortable, more at ease, more at peace. But guess what? It does that by getting something changed outside. That is the problem. Solution is change inside. That is where yoga happens. Yoga doesn't happen. So all businessmen, most people, all their life, to spend their life making more secure future with more money, more prestige, more skills, more better health, everything we do for future. And hardly any attention to how to nurture the being that I am inside. So we do human things, ignore being things. Do you understand the difference? But we are human beings. But we are not being. Or we are just becoming human in time with more success and more happiness. And even if we get more happiness, we become addicted to the person or an object of happiness, and we become unhappy because it's undependable. So we just create unhappiness by every time you try to create happiness by getting a new person, new relationship, new object, more money. Everything changes outside. Only thing that is dependable is yourself, your own being, your timeless presence. So yoga is learning how to first of all accept yourself just the way you are now. Means it's a very difficult thing to adjust because ego is always adjusting by hoping to be adjusted in future. It doesn't accept Self-acceptance is very difficult because ego accepts itself, it will instantly die and disappear. It's suicidal. So ego will always try to tell you, well, make yourself more secure for your future. And we do not trust. And that is what is called in religious language, they call it surrendering yourself to God, to future. So when you surrender your fears or doing more for happiness with fear and attachment in future, when you accept, you have to let go of fear and attachment. That's why it is so difficult. Do you understand the difference? It is when you accept yourself, you are doing everything to suppress your fear and attachment by hoping to change it in future. But while you're trying to change it in future, every time you interact with now, you are in fear and attachment. So that is why the secret of yoga is it's so simple. Just don't do anything to be happy. Don't do anything. Just be happy. Means it's internal acceptance. So difficult. Because your fear will say, oh my God, what would I do if this changes? And you change it all your life and it didn't work, but you won't remember it. This is so simplified form of spirituality practice that most people do not understand. This is what it comes down to. All the practices, scriptures, different religions, different paths, they tell all different things. This is at the core, very core, stripped of all the formalities, ideals, good and bad behavior, to do and not to do, 10 commandments, nothing. This is all connecting to the source within, and that is yoga. So yogis discovered just that technique. What is that technique? How to accept yourself just the way you are. Do you know that technique? I don't think anybody knows. I think everybody knows. That's called meditation. Meditation means witness your thoughts of what you are attracted to and what you are afraid of. Witness and withdraw from them. What did you do? You accepted yourself just the way you are. That's it. That's simple. You don't have to solve the problem of what you are attracted to, because what you are attracted to is not what you are seeing out there. You're attracted to is something you had a memory about. Like last restaurant you went to, you looked this particular dish. And when you're attracted to, you're in a different town, in a different restaurant. When you ordered the same dish, it's completely different. You're not going to get the same thing. So we are always talking from the memory when we follow what we are. So the person you are attracted to, he's not the same person. You are talking about your memory person that you are attracted to, that you are afraid of in time. That's what is going to repeat itself in the new relationship. That is why one person gets married 4 times And he's just wondering, oh my God, what am I doing? Out of thousands of women, how would I end up with the same woman? No, it's not the same woman. It's the same memory event that you are married to. Frozen memory experience of what you are attracted to. This is the illusion that yogis talk about. That we average, most person, 90% of his time lives in this illusion. 90%. This is so scientifically said that percent of human brain, only 10%. I that. But when I knew this truth, I said, obviously. So when we talk about, when we are dealing with a person, when we are interacting with ourselves, with life situations, we are interacting with memory of the past. So we are living in the somnambulistic memory state all the time, 90%. And then in the 90%, we are successful, we are unhappy, we are attracted, we are afraid of. And we believe it's all true. It's all memory. That is why yoga is a wake-up call. Wake up from these memories. The success and failure. You see, before when I read the body, life is a dream-like state. Now when you understand this, it is a dream. There is nothing true about what you are experiencing because you are replaying your reincarnated memory experience again and again. This is not what I read in the book anywhere. I know the truth because I have lived it. And I live it differently after awakening. And I know how it works. So when I have to talk with another person, when another person sees the same thing differently than me, I don't have to forgive them. I'm not in conflict with them. I know the truth. So the idea of forgiveness is gone. Who am I forgiving? My own misperception, I'm forgiving. So the common idea of forgiving is also superficial. It is temporary relief. It is good for the beginner surface temporary solution, but it is not. Forgiveness does not do the job that truth can do. Do you see the difference? So let's meditate and see where you are, how you want to live your life. And try to ask yourself, how long would I remember this? And what I need to do to remind myself of this. And am I ready? I think that's a good question to ask yourself. Just close your eyes. Relax. Think about how many different ways you have experienced conflict, stress, misery, and unhappiness in yourself. and see if you can really see the truth. Who created that? So recognize that you have been identified with time-bound ego mind, that I am not. And remind yourself, all the pursuits of happiness has come from the pre-learned memory events that failed to work in the past. Those memory events worked in the beginning and it failed in the end. They are time-bound memory events. So when time-bound ego mind that identifies with it, that I succeeded, I failed, I like, I don't like. So it tries to get the I like part of the past actualized in future, in time. But because in time, it's bound to fail. Because memory in time that was successful failed in time. So yoga says this is karmic creation. All memories are karmic creation. You individually created it, and therefore you suffer the consequences unless you disengage from the time-bound ego mind and identification with time-bound memory events of the past, karma. But you will notice that you are so addicted to pleasurable and fear of painful time-bound memory experiences. It's not easy to let go of the past. Ego will say, let's try it again and see if I can find better job, better restaurant, better relationship. There you are, again lost in memory dreams. Ask yourself, do you want to keep solving memory problems that cannot be solved ever? Because memories do not exist anywhere in the entire creation. It only exists in your memory and you identify with it. So if you withdraw your identification, your memory goes away. False memories, elusive, self-destructive, compulsive habits and behavior pattern, they all disappear. Enjoy this freedom of knowing the truth. Let this first door open so you can step into it and explore the secrets of truth that you were running from. Well, the secret of truth is everywhere. But ego mind discovers the new technique of running in time, self-created time, and escapes in the memory events of the time. Jai Babuji. So nobody wants to be enlightened now. They'll say, I have to get, my daughter has to be married. My father is too old. He needs attention. So-and-so is in hospital. He doesn't have a job. I have to, everybody's getting for solving some problems outside so that they can be do the inner work. No, you can do it right now, along with it. That's the secret. I've done it all my life. I've lived a normal life. I'm solving outer problems internally all the time. See, if I try to solve the problem outside, I see what I see is what other person is perceiving in a wrong way. Is that my problem? No. Can I change it? No. Why do I bother? Not so at all. Just simply drop it there and do inner work. Did you see? So I'm not telling you the stories of what I have read. It's not from the scripture. It's from life. Jai Bhagwan.